Hey YouTube and PSVR physical collectors. I'm here to show my PSVR physical collection. I've been collecting for about 2 years now, and I've acquired about 144 physical PSVR games at this point. So this is going to be kind of a long video, I suppose, so let's get to it. These are going to be in no particular order. I didn't bother to alphabetize them, so sorry for you OCDers, but it's just going to be kind of wherever I grab them, so yeah. All right. The first one, right off the top, we'll go with Space Junkies. Pretty much an online shooter. You have to be online to play this game with other people, so yeah, I haven't been able to get around to playing it yet, but looking forward to it. Next one is Quiver. Looks like an arrow kind of shooter. You use a bow and arrow and kill shit, so yeah, pretty cool. Next one we have is Crowlixer Omega. And this, I'm not sure what kind of game this is, but it does have some kind of VR to it. It's very little VR, but yeah. Arizona Sunshine. Yeah, you kill zombies. Neon Wall. This was a limited run release. Number 211. Next one is Squishies. Not a very good game from what I hear. I haven't played it yet. Next one is Intruders. This has gotten some fairly good reviews. You're kind of in a house being chased by bad guys or something like that. So it looks pretty cool. The next one we have is Dirt Rally. Now there was 2 releases to this game. This is the packaging with the PSVR compatible banner on the top. There's another version that doesn't have it. This one, I believe, was only released in Europe, and it came with a downloadable voucher for the VR part of it. So this one I had to import. It's still sealed, so the code is still in there, hasn't been used, and since I don't have a European account, the code's gonna be no good to me, so I may have to give that away at some point. All right, we have Blind. Not too sure about this one. It got some mediocre reviews, some bad, some good. Next one. This one was only released in Europe. I had to import this. This was not released here in the States. It's a VR ping pong game. One of 2 VR ping pong games. The next one is Kabuto Burst Battle. Now this one has a VR mode to it. As very little as it is, but yeah, I'm not sure to what extent this is, but from what I hear, it's the VR part is very mediocre. Next we have Rigs. Now this is kind of a roller coaster ride. This is infamous, one of the early PSVR games. It's infamous for a lot of motion sickness. A lot of people get motion sickness, but yeah, I've played it a little bit. I can see where that is, but it's really cool. It's a you know a pretty cool shooter. So one of the more intense ones on the system. Next we have Battlezone. This is pretty cool. You're like in a 3D tank. Pretty cool, pretty cool. You can play online with people. Next we got Farpoint. Really cool game. You use the aim controller to kill spiders and enemies, and it's very well done. I'm about halfway through that, so yeah, very highly recommended on that one. Really need an aim controller with that. Operation Warcade. Haven't played it yet. Next is a physical copy of PlayStation VR Worlds. Most people got this as a pack-in when you got your PSVR headset. Rush of Blood. Great game. Roller coaster horror. Next we have a limited run title, To the Top. Very good game. Very good game. You scale buildings and shit. A lot of these I have still sealed because a lot of them I bought digitally. A lot of them are already on my hard drive, and I ended up buying them afterwards. Here's another import. It wasn't released here in the States. Here they lie. Another horror one. It looks pretty cool. Next we have Eagle Flight. Yeah, you're like an eagle and you fly around. Pretty cool. The next couple ones, I got two versions of it. Wipeout Omega Collection. One was released. The first release was without the PSVR banner. The second one, they had a later release that had the VR banner, so as a collector, I had to have them both. Great game, by the way. Great game. A lot of motion sickness in that one, too. Paper Dolls. Another kind of a horror game. Kind of a walking sim in a horror house or something like that. So this was released by Perp Games in Europe exclusive. Unearthing Mars. I didn't import this too. Another Europe exclusive. Haven't gotten into that yet. Project Lux. This is a visual story novel. The VR mode is pretty lackluster, but it was a limited run game, released by Limited Run. So I haven't gotten to that one. Gungrave VR. Well, it's got a cool cover. Didn't get a lot of good reviews, but I haven't gotten into this one yet. But yeah, not quite as good as the PS2 releases, but yeah. All right, Firewall Zero Hour. This game is a 4-on-4 tactical shooter, and you use your aim controller. Uh, this is a sealed copy because I already had it downloaded. But yeah, great 4-on-4 tactical shooter, highly recommended. But you can use the DualShock 4, but you really need the aim controller with this. It works very well. The next one this is a little more obscure. Japanese release, only in Japan. I had to import this from Japan. It's kind of a cartoony baseball game. Next one is Roller Coaster Tycoon Joyride. Yeah, I haven't gotten into this one yet. It's I don't know. It's kind of like a roller coaster sim. You build your own roller coaster and all that jazz. So, an immersive VR experience. So, yeah. Next one, I actually imported this from Japan, Arc Park. It's a dinosaur type game. Didn't get a lot of good reviews, but they later released this in the States, NTSC version, but this is the Japanese import. Next is another import. Kind of a harder one to find. The VR Fun Pack. This is the Chinese release. Comes with 4 games packed inside of it. Dying Light, Weeping Doll, Pixel Gear, and Light Tracer. Yeah, so, and Light Tracer got its own release from Limited Run. So did Pixel Gear. So, yeah, this has them all 4. Next, we have a little space shooter, Radial G. I haven't gotten too much into this, but it's pretty cool. Little motion sickness on this, but it's really cool. I liked it. Okay. The next set I have, well, it's one of the best releases on the PSVR. It's a horror title. I have 4 different variants for this. It's definitely one of the best on the system. So yeah, it's Resident Evil, and this is the regular release. Then I have the Gold Edition, which comes with all the DLC. I had to import this one. This is the Resident Evil Steelbook. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice unit there. I was very pleasantly surprised the condition this came in from Europe. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And then the last one is Resident Evil Deluxe Edition. This was a GameStop exclusive. This came with a code voucher for some extra weapons or something like that. But this one is a little harder to come by. This one is factory sealed. I got this after the fact, after I got my Gold Edition. So this is strictly a collector's piece. Next we have Rick and Morty Virtual Reality. So yeah, I got this one. I got the collector's edition, and the collector's edition also came with a pop figure, and the one that I got was actually the variant. There's one variant. It's a glowing pop variant. and there was like you had a chance of 1 in 4, and I got the glowing one, so I got kind of lucky on that. But yeah, Rick and Morty, I haven't really gotten into that. Not yet. I haven't really dove into this one yet, so still yet to do that. Next one is a pretty cool horror one. Home Sweet Home. This was a GameStop exclusive. A little hard to come by for a while, but it's pretty easy now. You can find it pretty easily on eBay or such online. So yeah, I haven't gotten into this one yet either, but I hear a lot of good things about it. So oh, we got another one, Paranormal Activity, The Lost Soul. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. I haven't gotten in. I've seen a lot of gameplay. Another horror one. There's plenty of horror titles on PSVR. Plenty to choose from, and definitely this is one of them. So. Skyrim VR. Yep. Not much to say about this one. Another big title on PSVR. I've played a little bit of this. I've got it digitally downloaded. This is a factory sealed copy, but I've got it digitally downloaded. I got into it. It's very immersive, and it just sucks the life out of you. So prepare to invest a lot of time on this. So. Next we have Moss. A lot of you have already played this one. One of the best platformers on the system. Good game. Very good game. Invisible Hours. This looks pretty cool. Still yet to play this. Yeah, it's like a detective novel type game. So. All right. Next one is probably the best platformer on the system, and of course that's Astrobot. Yeah, can't go wrong with Astrobot. Phenomenal game. Phenomenal. Next we have Heavy Fire Red Shadow. Yeah, this was like this has gotten some mixed reviews, but I don't know. It looks kind of cool. It doesn't look bad. Next one I had to import from, I believe, either Japan or Korea. I can't remember. But this, they were the only ones to get the physical copy of this game, Transference. So this is kind of a thriller game, really cool. So you have to get into that. Then we have Tetris Effect, of course, pretty common game. A lot of praise goes in Tetris Effect. The VR part is phenomenal. Yeah, very, very cool game. Then we have another limited run game. This is Volume. So, yeah, I haven't gotten into this one yet. So, not quite sure the extent of the VR on this one. But, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Okay. Next one is going to be one of the more kind of pricier. I wouldn't say it's hard to find, but one of the more pricier titles, and that would be, of course, Job Simulator. This one I bought used. I don't know. I think when I got this about a year ago, it was like, I don't know, $70 or so. But yeah, I haven't gotten into this one either. And then, of course, they came out with Summer Vacation Simulator. So that didn't get a physical. But yeah, so this one, Job Simulator, is the more sought after ones, I suppose. Next, we have Super Hot. and I've got this digitally. This is a phenomenal game, great game. You use time to kill enemies and stop time, start time, and most people have heard about this one. So a lot of the newer bundles are coming with this voucher. So next one, or here's a couple. The next two. It's a VR double pack. I've got two versions of this because when I first ordered it online, it came in a different language, and I thought I was getting the English language. It came in a I believe it's the German version. So later on, I ordered the English version, and that's the assembly. These are two different versions. The one on the left is the Europe version. And the one on the right is the German version, and they're just in different languages. Is all. It's the same game. It's just different languages, and unfortunately, on this in these games, only the assembly is on disc, and Perfect came with a download voucher. So that was kind of unfortunate, but yeah. A little harder to find that one too. Next we have Werewolves Within. It's kind of a strategy online. You kind of gotta you sit around a campfire and try to guess who's the wolf. So yeah, I haven't done that one yet, but it looks like fun. Dry Club VR. Yeah. Driving in VR, one of the better drivers in VR, next to Gran Turismo. So, the next one we have is Loading Human, Chapter 1, the only chapter they made. They didn't make a Chapter 2 because the game, I guess, really sucks. Yeah, ignore that price tag. That's not what I paid for that. So I think I got this for like $10 online. So yeah, I haven't even opened it yet. So all right. Next is Super Stardust Ultra VR. This, I believe, is a Europe exclusive. I had to import this. They didn't come out to the States with this one. Yeah, I had to import that. The next three are the 3 demo discs. 1, 2, and 3 PlayStation VR demo discs. These came packed into various system bundles, and I had to track these down as physical copies. Most of the time, they were bundled in a paper sleeve. So, yeah, these were the only ones to be released. So, yeah, 1, 2, and 3. And they have all kinds of demos on there. And you can also download them on the PlayStation Store. Okay. Next one is this one is Counting Plus. Very kind of funny, awkward game made by the makers of Rick and Morty. This one is the Best Buy exclusive variant. There is a limited run variant. They released it, and I went ahead and got the collector's edition here. You can see right here, it's the collector's edition. It's got the little plush guy in there, and it's got the other cover variant in it. So I haven't gotten into this to open it up yet. So yeah, that's the collector's edition on that. Next, we have a couple more variants. The first one is a limited run release. This is Red Matter. I haven't gotten into this one yet. I have it digitally downloaded on my PS4, but this was the limited run release. And then Best Buy had a separate release with a little different cover on it. So a couple different releases there. It's the same game, but different covers and very slight different on the back. Next one was an import. Not a whole lot to this game. This is Homestar VR. I had to import this from Japan. It's all in Japan. There's no English to it, unfortunately, but you can download a English version off the PSN store. Next is Mars Odyssey. Kind of weird that this game got a physical release because it's not very good. Next is one of the better titles on the system, Golem. Now this got delayed from the very start. There was like a 2-year delay, but boy was it worth it, because I'm about halfway through with this one and it's fantastic. Very well implemented with the Move controllers. Got a couple variants here. ATV Drift and Tricks. These two versions. One was the regular release. The second one was the definitive edition that came out later, and includes motorbikes. I can't remember if it's a DLC or if it's on disc on this one. I'm not sure right this moment. So, but it does include some more motorbikes on that one. Next, we have another limited run PSVR release, A-Train. Now, this is a train simulator, and from what I see, the VR mode to it isn't that great, but nevertheless, it is implemented in there. So yeah. Okay, Penn and Teller. It's one of those games where one wears the headset, the other is watching the flat screen, and you like do tricks and jokes and shit like that. So yeah, kind of a quirky kind of title, I suppose. Next, we have another limited run release, Prison Boss VR. Yeah, haven't gotten into that one yet. Wolfenstein or Steen Cyberpilot. Yeah, this looks decent. It's got some fairly good reviews. There's some criticism to it, but yeah, I guess they could have done better. Oh, the next one is one of the better titles, definitely, by the creators of Rick and Morty. Trover Saves the Universe. Very good game. Very funny. A lot of toilet humor, which is not a bad thing. And I got a couple of these too off a limited run. They were selling these little pins and it's kind of stupid shit like that, so I had to have those. Very good game. Next is another limited run title, Race the Sun. You can play this. You can play this in VR and flat screen. VR is just crazy. It's really good. Very high speed, high paced. Yeah, it looks. I've got this downloaded on my unit, so yeah, very cool. All right, Blood and Truth. Yes, one of the more popular titles. Very good. I finished this one not too long ago. Oh yeah, I mean, what can you say? Everybody's pretty much played this. Probably one of the best on the system for sure. All right, now these next three, or actually next two. These next two I've had to import from Japan. Little harder to find. It weren't released here in the States or anywhere else. A little hard to find, a little more expensive. These are the summer lesson games. One's got the one girl on it, Hikari on one, and then it's got Allison Snow and Shinjo Crisato on the other one. So yeah, these are a little harder to find. They're kind of like school tutor sims. Very niche, but pretty cool to have them on physical. These are the Chinese English versions. They both play in English, so yeah, it's great to have them on physical. And then they, I can't remember when I ordered that, they sent me this little thing. It's like a little handkerchief or something with that. I don't know, some kind of collectible handkerchief. So yeah, that was kind of cool, I suppose. Next is Zone of the Enders, second runner. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I believe it's got Zone of the Enders 1 and 2 on here. Yeah, it does. And you can play both of those in VR. Next is the Persistence. Yeah, one of the more better games on the system. It's kind of like, Dead Space in VR. It's very cool. Mega Dimension Neptunia. I think this has got a very limited VR mode. It's like a photo mode or something. I'm not sure. One of the harder ones to come by. Creed Rise to Glory. Excellent game. Boxing game. This one, No Heroes Allowed VR. This one I had to import. This one came in from Japan, I believe. It plays in full English. Very cool. Next was a GameStop exclusive.